c4, English opening, opening line. The English opening move avoids a number of black defenses and proceeds on the more deliberate idea of counterattacking in the center, often in conjunction with fianchettoing both bishops. Knight f6, English opening, Anglo-Indian defense, opening line. A good developing move, leading to transposition to queen-pawn openings if white essays d2, d4, or lines of the English if white refuses to play d2, d4 early. e3, out of opening book. b4 would have been in the English opening, orangutan variation, opening line. e5, English opening, transposed, opening line. Bishop d3, out of opening book. Knight c6. Knight c3. d6. Knight g e2 enables the short castle. Bishop e6. Castle kingside. d5. f4. Slightly better is c takes d5. d takes c4. Attacks white's bishop at d3 with two pieces. Black wins a pawn. Black is up a pawn in material. Bishop c2 moves it to safety. g6. f takes e5. Attacks black's knight at f6. White wins a pawn. Material is even. Knight g4 moves it to safety. b3. Knight g takes e5. Rook f4. Slightly better is b takes c4. c takes b3. Attacks white's bishop at c2 and isolates white's pawn at a2. a takes b3. Protects white's bishop at c2. Black wins two pawns for a pawn. Black is up a pawn in material. Bishop h6. Attacks white's rook at f4 and clears the way for a kingside castle. Rook f a4 moves it to safety. Castle kingside. Bishop a3. Attacks black's rook at f8. Rook e8 moves it to safety. d4. Ouch! Hangs the pawn at e3. Leads to bishop takes e3. Check. King h1. Knight g4. Knight e4. Bishop d5. Knight 2 c3. Bishop takes e4. Queen takes g4. Bishop takes c2. d5. f5. Queen g3, which wins a knight for a bishop, a knight, and a pawn. Much better is knight f4, leading to a6. Knight takes e6. Rook takes e6. Queen e1. f5. Rook h4. Bishop g5. Rook h3. Knight d3. Bishop takes d3. Queen takes d3, which wins a bishop and a knight for a bishop and a knight. This was white's only meaningful blunder, but it cost the game. White was not able to recover, and was eventually mated. Bishop takes e3. Check. Protects black's knight at e5. Checks white's king and isolates white's pawn at d4. Black wins a pawn. Black is up two pawns in material. King h1 moves it out of check and attacks black's knight at e5. Knight g4 moves it to safety. queen f1. Leads to knight f2, check. Queen takes f2, bishop takes f2, bishop c5, b6, bishop e4, queen d7, d5, bishop takes c5, d takes c6, queen e7, bishop c2, a5, which wins 2 knights for a queen and a bishop. Better is knight e4, leading to bishop f5, knight to c3, bishop takes e4, queen takes g4, bishop takes c2, d5, queen f6, rook c4, bishop d4, which wins a knight for a bishop and a knight. Knight f2, check. Checks white's king. King g1, yikes. Leads to queen h4, queen takes f2, queen takes f2, check. King h1, bishop h3, rook g1, bishop takes g2, check. Rook takes g2, queen f1, check. Knight g1, bishop takes g1, bishop d3, queen takes d3, rook e2, queen takes c3, rook takes e8, check. Rook takes e8, king takes g1, queen takes b3, which wins a rook, 2 bishops, and a knight for a queen, a rook, a bishop, 2 knights, and 2 pawns. Much better is queen takes f2, leading to bishop takes f2, bishop c5, b6, bishop e4, bishop takes b3, rook 4, a3, rook takes e4, knight takes e4, bishop takes d4, knight takes d4, knight takes d4, which wins a rook, a bishop, and a knight for a queen, a bishop, a knight, and 2 pawns. Queen h4. Queen e1. White gives black a forced mate opportunity. Much better is bishop d6. Queen e1 leads to knight g4, check. Queen f2, bishop takes f2, check. King h1, queen takes h2, and checkmate. Knight g4, check. Black tightens the noose with mate in 2. Checks white's king with a discovered check. Leads to queen f2, bishop takes f2, check. King h1, queen takes h2, and checkmate. King f1 moves it out of check and threatens black's queen. Knight takes h2, checkmate. Checkmates white's king.